I know that I'm going to be very gentle with all of your equipment here. Try to move it to where I don't drop it. Oh, we will have a room full. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you all for being here. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes this afternoon. I'm Linda Chavez-Thompson, for those of you that might not know. And thank you all for being here this afternoon. It's a very exciting and a beautiful day out there today. And hopefully that I can get through this pretty well, because it's a little shaky day for me today, because I'm actually filing for Lieutenant Governor for the state of Texas. What do you think? As a young girl, I worked with my family in the West Texas cotton fields. Today, I'm proud to stand here with my family, with my friends, with my union brothers and sisters, with community and activists and people who believe and are feeling that Texas needs change. And I'm here because I'm asking the Texans for their support for our campaign to be the next Lieutenant Governor of the state of Texas. I know I will be an underdog against Lieutenant Governor Dewhurst, who is a comfortable millionaire, but most Texans are not millionaires. It is time that they had a voice in our state capitol. I know what it's like to work hard for long hours, and I understand the sacrifices that Texans make every day to support their families in hard times. Those Texans keep going because they want to provide a better future for their families. I'm running for Lieutenant Governor because it's time we had new leaders in state government who work as hard for us as we work for our families. Working Texans are paying the price for Republican politics as usual in Austin, and it's time to get our priorities straight. The rising cost of college tuition has doubled at some campuses, and Texans pay more for insurance and utilities than anyone in the country. We cannot have a healthy economy without well-educated, healthy citizens, and it's time for new leaders who understand that that is our highest priority. In 2010, every child should have the educational opportunity that I did not have. And Texans who work hard for a living should be able to take their kids to see a doctor without waiting for hours in an emergency room. I have worked hard all of my life, and I've worked my life to overcome long odds and to succeed. And if there's one thing I do know, and I do know that very well, I know that Texans have the skill and the will to meet any challenge. With hard work and the right priorities, we can do better. For the sake of our families and the future of this great state that all of us love so much, we must do better. When I am Lieutenant Governor, I will do better. En español, unas cuantas palabras. Yo he trabajado toda mi vida y lo sé lo que es trabajar duro. Yo espero que cuando sea teniente gobernadora de este estado, que voy a poder hablar por tantos tejanos que no tienen voz en la capital de este estado. Yo voy a trabajar para poner los derechos de ellos y las vidas de ellos primarias en todo. Quiero que por las familias tejanas hacer el trabajo como teniente gobernador, y vamos a hacer el trabajo bien, vamos a trabajar mucho y espero el apoyo de toda la gente tejana aquí. Yo entiendo sus luchas y voy a hacer mejor para ellos. I'll be glad to take any questions. Thank you very, very much.
Democrats haven't won a statewide election since 1994. Why is this year going to be different?
It's going to be different because people are tired of the same kind of politics, whether it's in the state legislature or whether it's in the governor's office. People want change, and I think my candidacy and the candidacy of some very good Democrats that are running for governor and other positions for statewide office are going to give people a chance to vote for Democrats and to bring back I believe, really some really strong voices as far as workers and Texans and people who need to be heard in the state capitol. We haven't had that in a long time.
There are two other Democrats in this race. Would you kind of size up your chances against those other two?
I'm not running against either one of them. I am running for lieutenant governor. I believe that I bring to the office of lieutenant governor an understanding. I've worked politics for 40-some-odd years of my life. I know the kind of politics that have been played in Washington, D.C., but I believe that I have a very strong organizing grassroots background that I can bring people. And you know, some people have asked me, and you probably you're saying, well, is it because you're a Latina? Well, you know what? Duh. You know, look at my face. I do look Latina. I am a woman. I come from organized labor. But you know what? I am a born Texan. I've worked for Texans. I've represented Texans. I know what it's all about. I bring a value to this office that I don't think is there now, and I believe that there are going to be people who are sick and tired of what's been happening to them, and they believe that a new voice in the state capitol, talking for them, advocating their issues, is going to be the kind of voice that is needed. So I feel I'm qualified for the position. I commend both of my opponents, as they might say in this primary, but I'm running a race for myself. I'm not going to run against Mr. Earl. He has his own attributes, the other gentleman as well, but I'm running as a candidate for this position, and I intend to win.
The state has a several $billion structural deficit in its budget. Do you have any thoughts on how we should fix that, either undoing the school property taxes enacted 3 years ago, or maybe putting a personal income tax back on the table?
There is so much work that needs to be done as far as how we're going to fix the problems in Texas. I'm going to be working and asking people across the state of Texas for their opinions. I'm going to depend a lot on people who have spent their time working here in Austin and who have been very frustrated in not getting some things done. I'm going to be asking for their opinion. I'm going to be working on the issues. I talked to about 15 or 20 people yesterday afternoon. I decided to run for this position. I am willing to work hard. I'm willing to look at what we're going to need to do in the state, whether it's the monies that we're in the hole for, or how we're going to get some more monies, or figure out how we can do better, whether it's, and certainly when you say income tax for the state of Texas, my God, that is the unholy war of wars, and we're not going to go there. But the point is that we have to come up with some really innovative ideas, and I'm willing to work with the people who know and have tried frustratingly, to bring some sense back in the state capitol and have not been able.